Hey there everyone, it is Shanel here from The Heart and Soul. I wanted to do a little video today about connecting to your decks of cards. I thought since there's a lot of us that are stuck at home, self-isolating right now, maybe you have a little more quiet time, or maybe you just need a little more quiet time for yourself and you've decided to tap into your intuition. Oracle cards are an amazing tool when you're working on your intuition, especially if you're building your skills. They are fantastic to help out with that. There are lots of great places to buy cards from, and of course right now we're typically stuck to online and we're probably going to be expecting a little bit longer delivery rates than we normally do. I love ordering cards from Indigo Chapters Online. It seems to be one of the great places. I'll give you a great tip for Indigo. Grab their app or go online to their website and create an account, and then you can create a wish list. I have a wish list going at all times for books that I'm interested in. Friends and family members, if they want to get a gift, they definitely know where to go and peek to see what I'm looking for. But it also is really helpful for me just to keep track of things that I've seen that I really want to get, or things that interest me. It just helps me to kind of keep a list. I also just did recently an unboxing from Hay House. They have tons of decks of cards from great Hay House authors. You could also go on Amazon, and of course if you can support one of your local bookstores, please at this time do that. My favorite, which is not local to me anymore since I've moved, but Mandala's bookstore in London, Ontario is phenomenal. I absolutely love that bookstore. It is a metaphysical bookstore downtown by the park, Victoria Park. And when I lived in Woodstock, I would call them and they would put books away for me. And so I knew that they were there before I drove all the way to get them. So I'm not sure if they're doing anything special for the situation right now, but I would check them out if you are local in London. They are a great place to get decks of cards. So I've chosen a deck that I haven't worked with a lot because it is a newer deck. I did get it as a late Christmas present. My bestie and I live very far away from each other, and sometimes it's hard to connect, but we always prefer to connect in person instead of connecting through the mail, sending gifts. We wait and see each other. So often gifts turn into birthday / Christmas / whatever else is in between. This deck she gave me for Christmas, it's called Universal Love. I love this picture. I've used it before on my social media. But check out any kind of deck that you're looking for. When purchasing a deck, I highly recommend purchasing something that you're connected to. So if there's a specific author that you're really connected to, or maybe you really love crystals or fairies, whatever it is, maybe you love tarot, whatever it is, try to find a deck that kind of resonates with you. It's a great way to pick a deck that's probably going to be easier for you to use. As well, some decks tend to have more words on them than others, so then they're easier to use in the sense that they've got a bit of a message on it and it's not just a picture. These ones have a picture and then a little word at the bottom. They're pretty simple, they're very beautiful. Deck of cards. Yeah. So I'm not going to teach you actually how to read today. I'm just teaching you how to set up your deck of cards. So when I get a brand new deck of cards, I open up the box and I take out my guidebook and take a look at it. As well, I pull out my deck of cards. Now, these ones I like because they are not shiny on the side. When you get the decks of cards that are like gold or silver on the side, they're really stuck together. So one of the things I do is I crack my cards. So I hold on to both sides, and then like an ice cube tray, I just kind of crack them back and forth. This just kind of breaks up that crystal or the gold and silver that can get on the side of them from some of the decks. As well, just because they're a new deck of cards, they'll stick together. So this just kind of like spreads things out. The next thing that I do is I actually go through and I touch every single card in the deck. So I like to do it and look at the cards. So I look at the card and then I put it down. I'm not tapping into the picture or anything. I'm not reading them necessarily. I'm just taking a moment with each and every card. So I'll go through the entire deck, touching each and every card as I go through and putting my energy on those cards. Then when I've gone through the entire deck of cards, I pick them back up again. Sometimes I shuffle them, depends on what I feel like, and then I just hold them to my heart. So I close my eyes and I say a little prayer. I put my energy on them and I hold them on my heart for as long as I need to, for as long as I feel like I need to hold them there to kind of make them my own. This is going to be different from everybody. And it's going to be different for every deck of cards. Some I connect to much faster than others, and it's personal preference. But I definitely take that time to say a little prayer. I ask my guides to come in. I ask for my energy to connect to my cards, and I hold them there until I feel that they've connected. From there, I shuffle up those cards and I give myself a little reading. I am not somebody that tends to go to my guidebook very often. But the guidebook can be really, really helpful if you're brand new to reading cards or you're working on your intuition. Now, sometimes I am guided to go because there's a further message that I haven't pulled, and it's often something that maybe I'm not aware of. Maybe I don't know the angel very well, or there's something very specific to that card that the author has written that I need to pull out. But when I go into that guidebook, I kind of go to the information that really resonates or jumps out at me. So each card has a page and it has a little bit of a writing. In some books, there's a lot of writing about the card, and in some, there's very little. If you're somebody that likes to use the guidebook and needs a little bit of help, I would suggest at this point also reading your guidebook from front to back. Reading each card, reading the meaning of each card, and that can really help you with understanding your cards a little bit better and having a greater understanding when you actually go to pull cards, what you're getting from your cards. So again, I'm not a big user of the guidebook. I did when I very first started with reading oracle cards years and years and years ago. It seems like an awful long time, but I use the guidebook quite a bit. And again, nowadays, I don't use my guidebook very much at all. But that's how you set up your deck of cards. That's how you connect to your deck of cards and kind of make the energy your own. Now, I am going to say I am somebody that allows other people to touch my decks of cards. I am not that protective of my cards. I have kind of set that energy when I do my little heart prayer and stuff. I set an energy to my deck of cards that I ask that anytime anyone else has touched my cards, that energy is cleared, and when I touch them again, it returns to my own energy. Again, it's simple. Spirituality doesn't have to be really crazy and difficult. We don't need rituals and craziness. It's as simple as setting that intention, and each time I come back to my deck of cards, each time I pull a deck of cards out, I simply hold it for a second to reconnect to that energy, make sure my energy is on the deck of cards. Sometimes, again, when I do a reading, I say a little prayer, but stay tuned for my next reading video, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about intuition. Maybe we'll do some card spreads. So if there's anything you want to learn about oracle card reading, please comment in the links below. I will be happy to make some more videos and share some of my knowledge about intuition and decks of cards so that you can have some fun and learn a little bit more yourself. All right, keep an eye out for those next videos. Watch my social media, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's so helpful for me. And we'll see you again soon.